back in the park for the Labor Day long weekend. We got Triple E, Edgar, Tiny T, Tanya, and we're just at Lake Travers. Very sort of relaxing long weekend trip here. Just gonna do a little fishing on the Petewawa. So if you've ever been to the Lake Travers access, the easiest way if you're going up the Petewawa is to not even go down to the water at the access point. Just go back to the road and go up the road about I don't know, 50 meters and join the portage there. Basically right before this little road bridge here, you just turn into the woods and the portage begins. Pretty much have perfect weather for this long weekend. It rained half the drive here, but for the rest of the day today and for the next 2 days, it's supposed to be sunny, low 20s during the day, around 10 degrees at night, which is absolutely perfect in my opinion. Back on the water, Edgar and Tanya are in the repaired canoe. I was actually kind of certain after the last trip I might have to scrap it, but I was able to straighten the gunnels out and did a real quick patchwork on the resin. There were some spider cracks and some pretty bad gouges pretty much all over the bottom of it. I should have redone the whole surface. I just didn't have enough resin left over and I didn't feel like buying a new batch this year, so. Should probably, you guys should head over towards the next portage and just fish the rapids while, so this is the first campsite. What's this place called? Poplar? Poplar, yeah, that's right. This is the first campsite that you could stop at if you reserved on Poplar. It's pretty open and rocky. It's nice, it's okay. But what I really like is if you go over the top in the back. Got a pretty nice view of the next side of the portage. Down there, nice rocks. And you have like a little private dried up creek down here. I saw definitely baby fish swimming in it. Yeah, got a little creek. Probably being fed by the Petewawa here. And like a dried up creek bed going that way. First set of rapids. Looks like the next campsite is already taken, or maybe it's just a lot of people waiting to do the portage. So we're about to start the second portage. The second campsite's right here at the takeout of the portage. Small looking site. I'm assuming by that yellow triangle on the tree over there, the actual portage trail is that one, because there's also a trail going through there. I checked along the water and it's definitely not there. So we're assuming it's that one. So the little yellow triangle actually did go to the Thunderbox. So I guess it's the trail straight up the middle of the campsite that we're gonna try next. It's the only other one, so it's gotta be the right one. Back on the river, just on the other side of the Poplar Rapids after the 1 kilometer portage. Just hooked up my first little smallmouth bass. Just literally along this sort of weedy edge where the rocks sort of start to get a little deep. So the island campsite on Poplar. The next rapids for I'm gonna do tomorrow in the distance there. So we took the island campsite. The portage site is actually a prettier site, but it's no good for hammocks. Be fine for tents. So there's not a ton of space on this site, but we got the kitchen shelter on. Unfortunately, some pretty uneven ground, but there's not many bugs so far, mosquito-wise anyway. So we're all sort of packed in to these little trees here, and Edgar and Tanya were originally going to be a little farther from me, which would have been better for them to avoid my snoring. They're going to be between these trees here, But as we were setting up, Edgar got all of a sudden his arm was burning. Got two pretty bad bee bites, and yeah, there's a bee's nest, an active bee's nest in this tree here that he was hooked up to. Second cast from shore. Got a little trout, little bass rather. So catching lots of little smallmouth bass. They're all pretty much the same size. Coming back to camp, caught a ton of little smallmouth bass, and pretty much just 2 spots. So didn't film much of it. Basically anything soft plastics they loved, and live furies. Morning of day 2. Sun's not quite up over the horizon yet. Got something swimming across the middle of the lake. It's probably won't come out on the camera, but it's a beautiful night. I got down to probably just under 10 degrees, so in the 8-9 degrees, but nice and warm under the comforter, or the top quilt rather. Everybody's just waking up now. Packed up and back on the water for day 2. Fishing at the rapids, and then start making our way towards Wagtail. First fish of the morning, another tiny smallmouth bass, even smaller than yesterday. Best one so far this morning. Looks like Edgar's got himself a fish over there. I, in contrast, somehow had the worst cast in the world and put my lure up in a tree. So, first portage of the morning, 500 meter, Petawawa. Rapids, we just portaged around, take out the portage, and the next rapids next set is right there. So there's a couple short portages coming up at 200 and a 100 or something like that. Oh, finally a decent size. More what I was hoping for, and for the section of the Petewawa. Nice fish. This is more the size I was expecting here. Starting at 220 meter portage. Take out of that 220 we just did. And another little paddle to our next portage. Exactly where he should be. Right under that overhanging tree. Edgar's on the board again. Come up to our 1500 meter portage. There's the train tracks bridge right ahead here. I've actually always done this portage going along the train tracks. The map shows it as being on the other side of the train tracks. So we'll probably look for that one today and see if we can do the proper portage this time. First fish at the bridge. Starting the biggest portage of the day, 1400 meter on the Petewawa. And like I said, I've never actually done this portage before. I've always done the train tracks, so we'll see how it goes. Never seen actual stairs on a portage before. It's not that I can recall. Well, it's not a hard portage. It's really well marked. If you're looking for the tape and everything, it's very easy to follow. But if you don't pay attention, you could easily take a wrong turn here and there. Felt really long if it's 1400 to go. Thought I might just be super out of shape. But definitely easier through the train tracks, but I don't think you're supposed to do that. So, and I can see bass swimming right here at the Mullin. Like 4 casts in a row in this spot. Sorry, buddy. Dropped you there. Come back. This little cove at the end of that 1400 meter portage is just loaded with smallies. It's like non-stop. So finally moving on from that little sweet spot for smallies. And so we just have to paddle up to Wagtail. There's 2 campsites to choose from. I've stayed on the first one before, it's pretty nice. as far as I remember. And I know I've portage past the second one because it's at the end of the portage, but I don't remember looking at it. So there's some rocks. So there's some swifts we have to paddle up. Last time I came through here with me and Mark, we paddled up them no problem. I mean, that obviously depends on water level. If worst case scenario, you just get out and you walk up them if the water's too low. Rolling on our way to the campsite. Another smallie. Coming up to the rapids on the other side of the campsite at Wagtail, and it looks like there's an overturned canoe at the bottom of the rapids here. And we're gonna move in close, make sure there's nobody that needs help. That boat is not coming out of there. We've arrived at our Wagtail campsite. It's kind of like a island surrounded by rapids on both sides. It's got this really nice sort of rock driveway to bring the boats out on. And we got the current from the rapids going along the rocks, but you can just walk to all the different sides of the rapid that you want to get to. And inside it opens up really nicely. I've got my stuff set up in the kitchen shelter, but they're going to set their stuff up in a little bit over here. And there's all kinds of spaces to explore. It's a nice size site. Right next to the campsite, just across the way. Let him go. Yep. Fishing before supper. Might be a little bass spot. Hey, it's good size. It's under the boat right now. Yeah. Oh no, not into the weeds.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, and I lost my my plastic. But nice fish. Just proving to Edgar that I'm not a better fisherman than him. I'm just using a better lure. Man, they're really swallowing it. Oh! The worm is riding up the rope. That was a tiny guy. Oh! Every time I turn on the camera, Edgar loses a fish. He hasn't bit at that point?
No, just gets at it, shakes it, and
Wow.
goes away. God damn it.
Camera on, fish gone. Black Fury, so I was just curious. The old green Black Fury.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't film this one so Edgar could get it in the boat. And now that it's in the boat, I'll film the release. As soon as I turn it on, he loses it. That's just a medium size. Oh, big splash. So it doesn't get you hooked under there.
That's a small one.
Yeah, it's fine. For here, it's a cookie cutter. Morning of day 3. Good night's sleep for everybody. Another cold night. Just packing everything up. And we basically go all the way back to what we did in the last 2 days, which is not much. It's been a very easy trip. We go all the way back to the truck today. Just getting back on the water. Final day. Across from the campsite there is the portage if you were continuing up the Petewawa River towards Radiant or towards the Pearl River. And we're going back where we came, down the Petewawa. Just fishing near the campsite, waiting for the others to get out. And the bite is still on. Another nice one. Nice fish. Size comparison, very next cast. Slightly different size fish. Finish the road section. That's the bridge up ahead. And there's a little trail here on the left. That is very steep, but it takes you down river left. portage is a 280. Portage done. Next portage just across the way. Starting the 500 meter. This one about 100 meters in. You have the turn off if you were going to Eustache Lake, which is a sort of a dead end lake. Been to it once. Nothing much to write home about, so probably won't ever go back. Going up to our second to last portage of the trip, 1 kilometer along Temptation Falls. We just finished the 1,000 meter, so we have a tiny paddle, and then it's just the 670 that takes us back to the truck. So that's basically the end of the trip. Really nice little long weekend, perfect weather. The bass are always great in this area for fishing. And it's just a really pretty area overall. Lots of rapids and falls. And really nice spot.